As an older man, his discussions with Mr. and Mrs. Noah, which are all through the classical literature, are the stuff of legend, in which he was described as an old man. We can therefore suppose his presence at the Ark site was at least post 2945, the basalt formation date we hope, and probably circa minus 2900. Again, the cured basalt could be postulated to be 45 years old, and Gilgamesh is able to make out 9 sets of beams, etc. Given Gilgamesh's great blessing to be chosen vessel for service, like Cyrus, Moses, Sargon, Rotad, et al., we can imagine his role as setting the stamp of approval on this developing piece of geology as a memorial in stone to aspects of the flood. So, we now get into this whole thing. The limonite, that is the little nuts and bolts and the washers and things that were identified or pointed out or suggested by Ron Wyatt and Dave Passolt and many others. And concentrate certain element combinations to provide a symbolic presence of nails. So here we've got a rock structure which is slid off a mountain. It's been carved out in the shape of a slab with the shape of an arc. It falls down the mountain, it gets limonite accumulation, it's got all these patterns in it, etc. In other words, what we really have here is, in the end, we have a cenotaph in stone. It's just like in Egypt, where the Egyptians came up with this concept of a cenotaph. They had some memorial structures in Abydos, which is a place of religious significance in that sense, and they also had other burial arrangements made, perhaps in Saqqara or Abbasia, or who knows where. Anyway, we may go further with sort of Monty Python-esque notion that the geology that we now see today is actually the very same place where the Ark landed when Noah took the decision and sort of drove the Ark ashore. So these numbers, which are far from a case-closed conclusion, really represent to the imaginative mind that the A case is open for much more investigation. The case I was speaking of in private communication is closed for good. But the case for a solid basis for accepting the Bible as a record is wide open. Your previous work, while possibly blah blah blah, etc., etc. Your work has laid the basis for the dismissal of sub-Sahara and local Mesopotamian flood. We have already discussed the flooding of the Chenamanian. We are now able to more confidently look, search and seek out the geology as relevant and put the history of Gilgamesh in a less negative light. You have helped establish the detail of the flood to a greater degree than any previous scientist, something which I don't believe you set out to do, but certainly this particular professor has made a great contribution, because very few people would not think that the things that are at Durupinar are they would think that that's the actual Ark, but it's not. It's just a memorial that the Creator has put there, and probably in the same spot. And we could say pretty clearly that the original Ark, all that is disappeared, gone, just lost. But there's a memorial. So I'll leave it at that.